Part 24. Beowulf is Double-Conqueror. Then he saw amid the war gems a weapon of victory, an ancient giant sword, of edges a doughty glory of warriors. Of weapons 'twas choicest, only 'twas larger than any man else was able to bear to the battle encounter, the good and splendid work of the giants. He grasped then the sword hilt, knight of the Scyldings, bold in battle grim, brandished his ring sword, hopeless of living, hotly he smote her, that the fiend woman's neck firmly it grappled, broke through her bone joints, the bill fully pierced her fate-cursed body. She fell to the ground then, the hand sword was bloody, the hero exulted. The brand was brilliant, brightly it glimmered, just as from heaven gem-like shineth the torch of the firmament. He glanced long the building, and turned by the wall then, Higelac's vassal, raging and wrathful, raised his battle-sword strong by the handle. The edge was not useless to the hero in battle, but he speedily wished to give Grendel requital for the many assaults he had worked on the West Danes, not once, but often, when he slew in slumber the subjects of Hrothgar, swallowed down 15 sleeping retainers of the folk of the Danemen, and fully as many carried away, a horrible prey. He gave him requital, grim raging champion, when he saw in his rest place, weary of conflict, Grendel lying, of life joys bereaved, as the battle at Helrote erstwhile had scathed him, his body far bounded, a blow when he suffered, death having seized him, sword smiting heavy, and he cut off his head then. Early this noticed the clever carles, who as comrades of Hrothgar gazed on the sea deeps, that the surging wave currents were mightily mingled, the mere flood was gory. Of the good one, the grey-haired together held converse, the hoary of head, that they had hoped not to see again the atheling ever, that exulting in victory he'd returned there to visit the distinguished folk-ruler. Then many concluded the mere-wolf had killed him. The 9th hour came then. From the ness-edge departed the bold-mooded Scyldings. The gold friend of heroes homeward betook him. The strangers sat down then, soul-sick, sorrowful, the sea-waves regarding. They wished, and yet weened not their well-loved friend-lord to see any more. The sword-blade began then, the blood having touched it, contracting and shrivelling with battle icicles. 'Tis a wonderful marvel that it melted entirely, like as to ice when the Father unbindeth the bond of the frost, and unwindeth the wave-bands. He who wieldeth dominion of times and of tides, a truth-firm creator. Nor took he of jewels more in the dwelling, lord of the waiters, though they lay all around him, than the head and the handle handsome with jewels. The brand early melted, burnt was the weapon. So hot was the blood, the strange spirit poisonous, that in it did perish. He early swam off then, who had bided in combat the carnage of haters, went up through the ocean, the eddies were cleansed, the spacious expanses, when the spirit from far land his life put aside in this short-lived existence. The seaman's defender came swimming to land then, doughty of spirit, rejoiced in his sea-gift, the bulky burden which he bore in his keeping. The excellent vassals advanced then to meet him. To God they were grateful, were glad in their chieftain, that to see him safe and sound was granted them. From the high-minded hero then, helmet and byrnie were speedily loosened. The ocean was putrid, the water 'neath welkin weltered with gore. Forth did they fare, then, their footsteps retracing, merry and mirthful, measured the earthway, the highway familiar. Men very daring bare then the head from the sea-cliff, burdening each of the earlmen, excellent, valiant. 4 of them had to carry with labour the head of Grendel to the high-towering gold hall, upstuck on the spear, till 14 most valiant and battle-brave Geatmen came there going straight to the palace. The prince of the people measured the mead-ways, their mood-brave companion. The atheling of earlmen entered the building, deed valiant man, adorned with distinction, doughty shield warrior, to address King Hrothgar. Then hung by the hair, the head of Grendel was borne to the building, where beer thanes were drinking, loath before earlmen and eke for the lady. The warriors beheld then a wonderful sight.